Hi everyone. I just thought I'd do a quick video on this controller that I uh, put together myself a couple months ago. When I first got an Xbox One, obviously when you first get a console, having one controller generally isn't enough. So I thought, well, I need a new controller. And if you've had any experience with game consoles and third-party controllers, you know that they're pretty much garbage. Like they're very hit and miss. You can get a good one or a really, really shit one. So, um, yeah, with uh, it was like usually I buy faulty things off eBay. So I was looking at faulty controllers, and there were some really nasty ones, like ones that have been through hell practically. And then I saw this one, and it was like $30, which is pretty good considering they're about $60 or $70 retail, or even 80, I think. And so it was like $35, and it was like in a bid, and I won it pretty easily. And the RB button is what was wrong with it. It still works, but you got to press it really hard. Um, but yeah, it's kind of I don't know what happened, but I bought it right. And I was like, oh, it's probably the case. It's probably the actual button itself has been worn down. So I'll try and fix it. So I opened it up, bought it, bought a case of like, I think it was like $9, but they're like about 15 or 16. But I went digging into the depths of eBay to find a really, really, really cheap one. Um, and yeah, I replaced the case. It's, yeah, pretty good. But uh, the more and more I looked into it, uh, the RB button, it wasn't the actual plastic when I changed the case over. It was um, the actual button on the board. So that you can actually fix it, but I decided to bother. And well, at the time, I needed someone to play Gears of War Ultimate with me. And if you've played Gears of War, the RB button is to do reloads. If you like doing active reloads, it's really shit. But the dude I was playing with really didn't care, and they had an option to switch the shoulder buttons around, and like no one ever uses the tap icon, well, especially in the first Gears of War game. So it was really handy, and then it just one day it started working. But we were replacing cases, which is probably why you're here. If you ever want to replace one, um, as we all know, the Xbox One has a lot of design flaws. No, a lot of people still don't like it, and there are a lot of issues with it. Some people just really don't like the fact that the difference in graphics is like fucking like 10% difference. It's a big deal to some people. So that being said, the controller for the Xbox One is probably one of the most well thought out things I've seen. When you first open it, it is an absolute bitch. You're like, what the fuck is this? But the more you think about it, the way it's been designed is so clever. The thumbsticks, if you ever you watch, go later and watch a disassembly video, thumbsticks and uh, the rest of the board are on two separate boards, and so is the sound jack. So you can switch them, and so if you fucked your thumbsticks up, you don't have to desolder the little thumbstick bits and resolder them on. You can actually get a new replacement board, and you can find them on eBay for like $20 for the people that have had really fucked controllers or broken something really bad, and they're like, oh, but this part still works, and you can mix and match those parts, and that's really clever. Um, there's more as well. I think probably the best design I've ever seen in this part. I really like this. When you're opening it, if you've ever opened a controller before, you know that if you open it by pulling up the top this way, all the buttons just fucking go everywhere, and it's really, really annoying. It's just the worst. You lose things and fucking can't even express it enough. You've done that, you know my pain. But with this, if you open an Xbox One controller, the faceplates, it's actually been designed so pretty much any end user, whether you work in IT or you fucking, I don't know, uh, can put together a bird box, or you haven't done DIY in your life, or uh, whatever. Pretty much from all the ends of the spectrum of someone who can use a screwdriver, it's very handy to replace the case. You don't have to really get into the depths of the controller. You just need to like get a screwdriver, plop that open, unscrew it, and then replace the case. It doesn't even take 5 minutes. It is so easy. It's awesome. Um, but they come with buttons or replacement buttons as well, and like a whole replacement housing. I didn't replace the whole housing. I tried to try and fix the button, but it turned out to be the board. So uh, I put it all back together with the default. They actually like the home button, for example, is like it doesn't look like an Xbox button, and the uh, the not thumbstick, sorry, the triggers and the fuck, what are they called again? The bumpers, uh, the ones that come with it are really shit. And considering these didn't have any really damage to it, and that wasn't the cause of the broken button, I was like, why not? I'll keep this. And I also kept the back bit because it stays in better, and the one that came with it, it just looked garbage. So I thought I'd give it my own taste, and it still says Xbox on it, so, and the other one doesn't. It just looks like shit. So yeah, if you're thinking of replacing your Xbox controller case, no matter who you are, go for it. Not very easy to break. Like, I mean, these bits probably are, but yeah, totally go for it. It's really easy, and I use this controller a lot. I actually use it because it was cheap. I use it as a guest controller, so people who like to play a bit rough and possibly break something, those are the type of people who will be playing on this controller. I have a Halo controller that I use for myself. But yeah, good. So this is my wooden hipstery Xbox One controller that I now own. And thanks for watching, and hopefully you are now on eBay about to buy yourself a new replacement casing. I hope you have fun with that. Cheers.